Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record, brought to you by Ill Remedy Studios. And I'm your host, Os1. Tell me who you are, my man.
I am ETHEMADASSASSIN.
Oh, wait, say that a little slow for some of these people.
That's ETHEMADASSASSIN.
There we go. That's right. That's what's up, man. Man, appreciate you being here today, man. We definitely, I've been hearing you for a minute, man. We definitely need to get you in here and, show your craft to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So, man, tell the people, man, where you from? Where did all this hip hop shit start with you?
Honestly, man, the hip hop shit started for me probably like in New Jersey, man. As a kid, I was in New Jersey, and I just kind of got thrown into a battle by accident with some dancing ass kid that wanted to dance, and that ain't what I wanted to do. And so my older cousin, this is actually a female, she was like, well, fuck it, just rap against them. I'm like, okay. And so I tried to rap, and I kind of, liked the whole thing, But back in those days, like, the battle wasn't about shitting on the next man and talking down on him. It was just who raps the best between us, you know what I mean? So from there, like, that happened. I liked it. I caught the bug for it, Then I was raised in North Carolina, though, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like we was talking about earlier, man. It was something ill. Like, I'd be in class, and I would just kind of lose focus on what the teacher was talking about, and I turn my paper over and just start writing rhymes. So like probably since like 11, 12 years old, I've been putting pen to paper and doing what I do.
So like when did it go from being a hobby as like, you started like 12, 13, you said, like 11, 12 or whatever, When did it become from being a hobby to like it became a real thing? Like not just that you knew you MC, because obviously that happened real soon, but like when you knew like this was more than just me rapping, this is a business, there's a whole thing, there's a career, there's a life.
Okay, well, it's ill, man, because I used to pay attention to, like, I was a big rap fan anyway, so I would always hear like rappers talking about getting jerked, and so that was something that I was always nervous about happening to me. So what I started doing is at like 16, 17, I started getting into contract language and all of that. So like, I think actually right then is when I started to consider myself a business person in it. But I felt I was an MC like maybe right before that, like with my first actual on stage battle, where it was like, okay, you battling this guy, now y'all go. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, no doubt. So about like 16 years old.
So talk about that balance, man. Like the balance between, the music and the business, and then you got to throw in life and just all that in general. Like, that's not a little thing. So
man, there ain't no balance.
How do you do that, dog? How do you do that?
There is no balance. Okay. Really, what I had to learn how to do is just utilize my time wisely. You know what I mean? Like, some people, some people, they're in the street full time, and that's how they fund their music. And, unfortunately, a lot of kids, they kind of think that's what a lot of these artists are doing. But a lot of artists have jobs. Some artists have jobs, and they doing their thing on the side to make the money for it. And then in between all of that, you making the money to do this, you still got to write your music and try to make sure that you're dope at the same time. So like when I say there's no balance, there's no real balance. Like, I gotta sacrifice a lot, you know what I mean? Relationships, and I don't mean like just male and female, just relationships, period. Like, I stay to myself a lot. I'm either doing what I gotta do to make the money to do this, or I'm working on music. That's it. Like, that's all I do.
I think the big thing you just said right there, man, sacrifice, man.
You gotta sacrifice, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't have children, you know what I'm saying? I knew if I had kids, that was gonna get in the way of me doing this. All right, you know what I'm saying? So I chose not to have kids, because at the same time, I definitely didn't want to be the one that my baby moms is thinking she gotta call, child services on me all the time, trying to get me locked up. So I'm not even trying to be into none of that. You know what I mean? Like, let me just go ahead and make this rap shit my child, and I take care of that to the fullest, you know what I mean? So
I think another thing you touching on, we talking about sacrifice, like sacrificing the street game to be in this too, because like, for real, I don't care who you are, like, you can't do both.
Nah, you can't.
You can't.
Like, you can't do anything successfully if you only giving it a piece of yourself.
All right.
You know what I mean? So like, the street, you can't do that 100% successfully if you only giving a piece to it. Your job, you can't do that 100% successfully if you're only giving a piece to it. Rap, music, whatever your expression is, if it's art, if you're only giving a piece of yourself to it, you're not gonna be 100% successful. Now, success, that's relative to the person, but at the same time, it's like you're not gonna get everything out of it that you can, because you're not putting everything into it.
That's real shit.
Man,
so what I think you tell us where you're from and shit. Like, how long you knew you spit? Like, how long you was spitting? I know you didn't want to tell me this, but just give us a general idea how long you've been in the game, so they got a little idea.
I say 20 years. That's a good number.
20, okay.
Yeah, that's a good number.
And when did you come to Cali? What brought you to Cali, actually?
Well, during the MySpace era, I had kind of made a little name for myself, like on the West Coast and overseas.
That's dating yourself for sure.
Hey, that's cool. That's all right. I've been around. You know what I mean? But during the MySpace era, I had a lot of West Coast love. I mean, a lot. And so it just so happens I was living in Greensboro, North Carolina at the time. Anybody ever ask me where I'm from, I always say Greensboro. I was there the longest time of my life, you know what I mean? So I rep Greensboro. But through the music scene out there, I had already made a name for myself there, and there was other artists that was coming up, and there was one that I met who I won't name now because we don't speak now. But he ended up moving out here. And we had just gotten to know each other, and he was on some like, you know, with what you're doing, I might be in a situation to help you out, you know what I mean? So he was like, I got some video cats or whatever, come out here and shoot a video. So my very first video, Walk My Shoes, I shot out here. I shot on UCLA campus in some spot, some club or whatever. I forgot the name of it, but I did UCLA campus in the club. So I started coming out here then. But like I said, I always knew I had a fan base here, so like I always had sights on coming here, because one thing that I noticed about LA and NorCal, like, you know, the Bay and all of that, is very, very, very supportive of independent hip hop. I'm reluctant to say underground, you know what I mean? Because underground is a stigma to that word, but I mean, I'm an underground dude all day, but like for everything that I do and the people that I like and that I love, California is a real hotbed of support. Yep. You know, and I wanted a part of that, you know what I mean? And I also feel like some of the best MCs in the game came from out of here, you know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, you know, my own need to belong is based in that too, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be amongst dope people.
No doubt. I mean, there's a long list of MCs, great MCs that come from the East. They've come out and stayed in Cali. I mean, everyone's always talking about Cali. I mean, you have like, Biggie going back to Cali. You feel me? Shit, Nas was out here forever, still out here. I mean, you just got amazing list of MCs to come out here.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I mean, like even the old school legends is out here. Like Dana Dane is out here. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's a gang, bro. We could go down the list, but
yeah.
So tell us about this first song you about to do, man. It has a real California feel to it, obviously.
Disneyland.
Disneyland, all right.
Yeah. Really, it's you know, like Disneyland is like the one place that all kids want to go. You know what I'm saying? But for in the street, you know what I mean? Like for all the listeners, especially upcoming artists, they that's not in the street or have nothing to do with it. They're rapping about it as if it's some wondrous thing. You know what I mean? And so like I think I'm pretty good at like describing situations at their worst. So I just wanted to show how like the street is Disneyland for us, but it's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's everything bad that you can imagine. You know, so that's it. You know what I mean? It's just really just a thought process about being out there and really knowing where you at and really knowing what's going on.
Okay.
Not thinking it's fresh.
So tell who produces, who did the beat for this one?
It was produced by my man Nazar.
Nazar, okay.
Yeah, he's from Greensboro.
Where can the people pick this up somewhere?
Yeah, it's on all platforms, man. Like, you know, I prefer you holler at me on Bandcamp so I can get that money straight in pocket. But you know, if you like the stream, I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that. Like, just Google it. It's there.
All right, no doubt, man. Well, we appreciate you gonna rock this for us. So, yeah. Up next, we got ETHEMADASSASSIN dropping his track Disneyland, and this is Neighborhood Watch Presents For the Record, brought to you by Ill Remedy Studios.
Let's go. Neighborhood Watch Presents. North Carolina, stand up. New Jersey, stand up. Ohio, stand up.
Remind me of me when I was raised. Trying to be somebody. Always jamming. Hustle.
I ain't hustling.
Disneyland.
I'm just trying to grow up fast in a fast town.
Yo. What is life without thirst, fam? I rub my hands like Birdman with my first grams. Supplied the kind of pressure that burst cans. Give you the Holy Ghost and move niggas like church vans. My hands full of scars, they show I scratch for mine. How you deal with your demons, my waist strapped to mine. I burn the fry reefer, mix tobacco inside. You don't know what I internalize in back of my mind. Cause when I think of all the people who I lent dope, trying to uplift they pockets and I went broke. My karma's such a bitch, but she hit the curb and paid me. Now I got my arm up in her like birthing a breech baby. Old vendettas make me go for the cheddar. Cause mom said you get what you get when you know better. I'm trying to get to Amsterdam and cop me a boat and a coffee shop with a Dutch chick to light up my smoke, nigga.
If you go to Garganus, check the deuces and nines, they're dark.
Little man, I ain't interested.
Okay, women. The best in town is Sonora over rubies.
Yeah.
But don't let it
Yeah.
get on top, cause you'll bump your
Yeah.
brains out.
My new shorty like ass play. How you gonna beat me if you can't outclass me? Heart of a champ, I want it more than most. I train for life, you train for likes. You just wanna post. I told shorty sit down and I'll give you something to grow with. You say I changed, you must not have heard my old shit. Philly Rick be like that boy wildin'. Of course I'm a big gorilla, I'm from Skull Island. I'm from the jungle, my brothers they stay housing shit. I built my trap, that's how I raised up out of it. You ain't good money, you counterfeit. Run up off this plug and I'll yank the cord about your shit. With my bare hands, nigga, I'm all about the grip. Pop the cap off your mushroom, I'm all about the trip. The measure of a man is how you handle a fall. And I'd rather gamble and lose than not gamble at all, nigga.
You gotta hustle just for a living, right? You wanna go through life being trampled, baby, that's your business.
But what do you know about scuffling? And hustling and breaking your back for peanuts and taking it on. It's still going
Man.
on.
Man,
What you
thank
know
you,
about
man.
that?
Thank you so much for blessing us with that shit, man. That was some
Thank
shit,
you.
man.
Thank
Yo,
you.
so tell us what inspired you to write that?
The inspiration behind it, man, honestly, I heard the beat and it just sounded like it was a world inside of it. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of wanted to bring people into my world and what I've experienced and what I have been involved in at one point in my life. And, you know, some parts of it you like, some parts you don't. You know what I mean? But it's just, here's the picture. You do what you want with it.
Yeah, I think like we were talking about earlier, man, like it trips me out that people like ever want to hear my music, like hear like these inner thoughts, man. Like,
Right.
So yeah, I mean, what you was talking about earlier about, we were talking about how we crafted this, you know, how we craft these rhymes and shit. Like, like what got you to like really say like, man, I could do this and people want to hear this shit? Like, because I mean, who wants to hear your life? I mean, right? When you think about it, but what influenced you and what got you to that point where like, man, yeah, I want to share this with people. People want to hear this.
Honestly, man, just from freestyling the ciphers and people always saying they wanted to hear me rap. They said they liked it, but at the same time, I didn't want to just rap just to be a rapidy rap nigga. You know what I mean? I ain't want to just be giving random bars about nothing. You know, so I wanted to put some kind of substance into it because I like music with substance.
That's right.
You know, so I wanted to give some of that. You know, so like just to even go in on that a little bit further, like all of my earlier works, it was very street message driven. You know, right now I'm kind of like in a rebirth sort of a sense. You know what I mean? Because I'm coming out of a group, I'm reestablishing myself as a solo artist. But what I wanted to do now is really just take time to have fun with what I do. Like, this is fun for me to write these kind of rhymes. You know what I mean? Like, it's based upon real shit, but it's fun for me to try to figure out a different way to say, you know, I flipped this or I cut that or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's fun for me to try to say it differently than how I heard it.
Okay, so
you know?
So talk about that, like we talk about this all the time. Like when I say phonetics, people don't know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, okay, like the syllable chop, like what's more important to you? Is it the flow? Is it the wordplay? Is it the chop? Is it what is it? What is it that makes that okay? That's MCing right there.
For me, it changes beat to beat. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the beat does is what I think. The beat brings out of me what you hear. You know, it's like I don't walk into any kind of situation thinking like, okay, I know I want to rap this way, I want to say this. Like if I hear certain things in the beat and there's a certain melody in it and it makes my body automatically start flowing in a certain way, I'm gonna try to make my rhyme match the way my body's moving. You know, but if it's one of those beats where it's like, oh man, it just feels like somebody getting their ass whipped, then I'm gonna rap like I'm whipping your ass. You know, it ain't no rhythm to that. You just getting your ass whipped. You just getting a bunch of punches.
I mean, yeah.
And some feet. You know what I mean?
Right, no doubt.
That type of thing.
So like, I think like a lot of ways, like way I write's way different than other people. I don't write to no beat and all that, but like, so you just telling me like you sit there and write to the beat, but like the words, people don't check it. Like the words dictate what the flow gonna be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And how you chop that up. And I think you do that very well, man. Your bars match up. I mean, we can sit here probably count it out, get all technical, stupid with it, but you know, it's probably not that time for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's all good. Let's get into it.
Hey, so man, like tell me, like we were talking about earlier, man, what were your major influences? Like who really major influenced you to rap, to be ETHEMADASSASSIN, how we have right here, right now?
Man, it's honestly like, cause we was talking like my top 5 influences, like actually I'm kind of different from that. Like whatever I was going through in my life, whoever I was listening to at the time was my influences. You know what I mean? So, you know, at one point in my life, De La Soul was an influence. At one point in my life, Tribe Called Quest was an influence. One point in my life, NWA was a heavy influence. You know, Public Enemy, Chill Rob G. You know, just going back a little bit. Naughty by Nature, big influences. You name them. You know who I used to be a big fan of, and I'm mad I only heard one album? It was LA Dude, MC Breeze.
All right, definitely all know who Breeze is.
I used to love that shit. Like that, LA. And my dumb ass, I didn't realize he was rapping about LA, even though he was saying LA in the whole fucking hook. I was just like, this shit is just hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is dope. You know what I mean? So like, it's that type of thing. Like, you know, I used to love Too Short. You know, when Life is Too Short came out, that's all I played. You know what I mean? And it varies. You know, Scarface, Redman, Cool G Rap, you know, Rakim, you name them. Lakim Shabazz, cats like that, Poor Righteous Teachers. You know, like I could just go all over the board with it. Like you name them, they probably an influence on me.
Okay, so I mean, we talking about obviously from the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, coming out to Cali. Like, what is it about Cali? What is it about being right here that this has kept you here though?
Real shit, the weed.
The weed.
Like, the fact that I can walk around with weed in my pocket and it's not an issue, that's a beautiful thing. You know, like where I come from, there's none of that shit. Like, no. Cats are still catching real big felonies over small weight. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the fact that you can actually do the shit here and you can turn it into a business for yourself is like, it's like I'm in Disneyland. It's like, oh shit, I've been waiting for something like this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, what he says is the weather, women, and the weed.
And the weed. You know, like, it's a beautiful thing, you know. But at the same time, like, the weather's wonderful. The women are, oh my God.
Yeah, fuck snow.
Oh my God.
Good
like,
with snow.
This shit is crazy. I love how they smell. You know, they smell like blunts.
Oh man. So I mean, this is gonna lead us up into our next song here.
All right.
Talk about Bare Hands, man. I mean, I think that kind of just lead right into that right there.
Well, the name of the song is Bare Hands, but the name of my last couple of projects was based on the name Bare Hands. So like my first one was Bare Hands Magmatic, which is like, you know, it's earthquake terminology. Like the producers gave me that word. I didn't know what the fuck it meant till they told me. But it's earthquake shit. So basically it's just, you know, the beats and the rhymes, we shaking the earth. After that, I went to Bare Hands 2, Bear Market. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about stocks, a bear market is actually a bad market. But, you know, like, we from the culture where we turn a bad market into something good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's a lot of people that surviving off of hand-in-hand, whatever they selling. Whether it be fish or fish scale, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. So the third one I dropped on the first of this year is Bare Hands 3, Animal House. And I called it Animal House because I brought in features. Like, my first two projects and majority of the music I make, there's no features. You know, but this one I was like, okay, let me bring some people in just to show what it looked like beside other people and the dope MCs that I know. So Bare Hands, the song, is actually a song I recorded before I started all of this shit, but I just never fitted on nothing. But I fitted on this one, and it's like the themes, it's like the theme music to the bear. You know, the whole thing about Bare Hands is, you know, I got big hands. You know, I got big hands, and I've been known to be hands-on when it comes to doing things. All right. So I get it with my bare hands. It's a double entendre.
Definitely. So, yo, we gonna get into this, man. We got ETHEMADASSASSIN with Bare Hands. Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record.
Let's go.
Brought to you by El Remedy Studios.
That? Yes. I know him better by his nickname.
Yeah. If your stomach touched your ribs like it's trying to molest them, nigga, I bet you find some business to try to invest in. When I was young, I was emotional, would fight so quick, but now I'm grown. Imagine what I feel when I write this shit. I swear to God, I bet my life on every piece inside my clip. See, when I was just a young nigga high, I just wanted to be the illest alive, but now I'm older, I just wanna be a builder, I strive, I catch that fish with my bare hands, I break your face and break day with this grip in my bare hands. They cut me from this cloth, it ain't easy to tear, fam. I'm a bear, I don't fear man. All beef get filleted, flambéed and fucked up. You fuck boys keep folding in the middle like nunchucks. Rope swing on my chest, got my neck doing double dutch. And wrinkle up your face like a gun butt. Nigga, what?
What'd you hear?
Beats German soldiers with a club.
Bashes the brains in with a baseball bat.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna take that big bat of his.
Yeah.
Beat your ass to
My hat is low, like the lid when the casket's closed. It's natural, big bare hands, got the Castro hold. That's control, tickle keys like I'm Nat King Cole. And still will sell a bus down off a half a stove. This for my niggas in them domes bit it. Who know if you coughing off the weed, there's something wrong with it. By any means I get it, like I'm Detroit Red, y'all decoy bred. I was raised of what the D-boys did. You got the background for the forefront. I play the background with them all's pump. Who want front? Won't catch me hibernating, my species don't sleep. Scratch and repeat like the hook on a primo beat. I can smell a pig trying to put my feet in the trap. But you in my neck of the woods, you too deep to go back. You'll be the next co-star when animals attack. So play dead and I'ma stand on your head. Leo the cat, motherfucker. Bare hand shit. ETHEMADASSASSIN. Neighborhood Watch presents Ill Remedy Studios. What's good, y'all?
Man, the Inglorious Bastard sample.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, like that Bear Juice shit. I just love that scene. I'm like, yeah, let me cut that shit up and
shit.
throw that in there. You know,
that's epic shit,
bare
man.
hands.
So tell us, man. Tell us in a concise way, what was you talking about right now?
And that, man, it's just like, you know, it's my neck of the woods. This is what I do in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing is like, if you hungry, you gonna figure out a way to get some money. You know, and it's really just a lot of different metaphors and similes about animals and how they survive.
No doubt, man. I mean, look, man, it's really hard for me as an MC to really like say other than like, yo. Not to say that someone's dope, but like, yo, man, you really do this. And I tell you, man, y'all people, y'all need to check out my man, ETHEMADASSASSIN. Definitely is kicking bars, man.
Thank you.
Is it got this rap shit on lock.
Thank you.
So, man, before we cut out here, man, tell us where they can find your music at, where they can find you on social medias, you know, shows you got coming up, albums you got dropping, like, hit all that.
I want to say I'm on ETHEMADASSASSIN, ETHEMADASSASSIN on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Nah, I don't do Snapchat. Y'all can have that shit. Let's see. You can find my music anywhere. Just type that name, and it's on whatever platform you use. So, you know, Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, it's everywhere. Tidal is all over that shit. I want to say the next show might be March 30th, the little Ito joint down in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm on that. You know what I mean? So that's actually the next one I got. Right now, I don't have too many shows planned up because I'm planning to go overseas in June. So like that's where my mind is at right now. So working on something in Paris right now.
And where they can find your music at too?
Like I said, any platform that you choose. You know what I mean? Between Spotify, the Tidal, Bandcamp, all of it. Bandcamp.
All right,
you know.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. And then next month we got an album dropping. Me and you. Don't worry, you don't know about that yet. But we gonna do that.
Oh well, okay. Let me tell them. That's what's up.
Yeah, no,
now I'm with it.
Man, but man, we appreciate you coming through, man. We definitely much love to you and everything you're doing.
And salute to you,
people.
host.
Please go out and support the man's projects. He got stuff on Bandcamp. You go get him at Bandcamp. You can find him and on Bandcamp. ETHEMADASSASSIN, all social platforms. And we out this piece.
Peace. Neighborhood Watch.
For the Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record, brought to you by Ill Remedy Studios. I'm your host, Os1, ETHEMADASSASSIN.